All right, this is a sweet side profile. This is kind of hot, man. I mean, dude, even with max brightness, you can still see some of the RGB here. This is the Zephyr 1. It's a collaboration between Neson and Zephyr design. Already, Neson designs, I have been a huge fanboy for a while. So I'm gonna enter this with a little bit of a bias because, you know, I like the way that Neson designs keyboards. When I saw this beautiful project, it leans less into like the more, it doesn't have as much embellishment as a normal Neson keyboard would, and I'm not against that. This board here, when I saw it, I was just like, damn, I need to take a look at this. We were sent this. I don't know if I'm keeping this, but I put sponsored anyways, because we have a sponsor who's gonna be carrying this. I don't think I'm keeping this though. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at this board. It's a 60% HHKB, as you guys can probably imagine. There's a thank you card. It's a heavy board because I believe the whole bottom is stainless steel. Let's open this bad boy up. We got some nice thin side bezels. We have a very industrial feeling design here. It's very, very minimal, very like to the point. Now, here's the beautiful part. It's gonna have some really cool accent LEDs, but it lifts up on the side. And I think that's why I'm like liking this sort of design. It lifts up and you get this kind of cool side profile from that as well. And then you got a whole stainless steel bottom piece. It's brushed. Again, normally I don't like brushed, but I definitely feel like some companies and some people who have been dealing with brushed these days have been doing it in a very tasteful manner. Like, I think this is nice here. My camera hates this right now, but I think this is nice. They did this in a very nice manner here. And you still got a little bit of texture and stuff going on here in the bottom. I don't love the Zephyr thing here in the middle, but I mean, it is what it's on the bottom. It's pretty small. It's like non-issue really, but preference based really. Looks gorgeous. Recessed USB-C port. We do have long feet. I'm not sure how this will contribute to the overall sound of the board. We'll see. Normally we don't love well, I don't love these. I shouldn't say we. I don't love them just because they typically add a bit of thuddiness, but it's kind of per project basis. Sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get bad. I like that there is a little bit of a polycarbonate window here to kind of keep all the cables in check for the side wall, or the side, daughter boards there for the LEDs. I think that's very tasteful. So that means the internals had some thought put into them. There is a bit of a ribbon cable here, which, love it or hate it, it's a ribbon cable. It is what it is. And it seems like you do tuck this into the back over there, which nice little way to manage the cables there. And it is a hidden screw design. So pretty standard hidden screw design over here. But it's hard to portray how nice this feels in hand just because of this giant stainless piece on the bottom. They're saying this should roughly be about $370 for sandblasted or $380 for the brushed. Personally, I'd probably go for the sandblasted, which is the flat version of this. I don't know, the brush does look nice. I still don't love brushed. It's still not my favorite. I think the sandblasted for $10 less is more my thing. But $370, $380, not bad at all. And then including the feet, it's going to be a 19.4 millimeter front height, which is, I'd say, in the pretty great comfort zone. And then we're also looking at an 8-degree typing angle, and it weighs about 2.3 kilograms. There also will be some in-stock units as well as a group buy after that. There's a tentative selling date for this, and that's going to be between May 10th and May 15th. They just don't have a set date for it yet. It's going to have silver, which we're looking at now. It's going to have blue. It's going to have green. Oh, the green's sexy. And then it's also going to have black. So yeah, about 4 colors. The green's nice. All right, let's take a look at some of the extras here. A little foam, which I don't think we're going to be using today. So we got a little hot swap PCB action. I think this might be the only PCB, judging by what I'm seeing here. Hot swappable PCB. So this might be the only thing that we get with this. Obviously, it's an HHKB, so there's going to be a little bit of a, limitation when it comes to the bottom row. We do have to clip some stuff off here, but I mean, we still get some options. Split backspace. We also have split right shift, which is interesting, and a stepped in regular caps lock. Lack of solder is questionable to me, but also, just so you guys are totally aware, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir at this point here, and I've already told you guys a million times. I've seen the stats on how many people actually buy solder. I can't even comment. It's like, I'll use mode for example, like, and I think they're a good option, a good example of like, you know, enthusiasts and everyone else who buys. A lot of people buy hot swap. I don't know why this was sent to me separately, but this came like 2 hours before stream. This little package of pour on gaskets, and I didn't even know that we were missing gaskets. So thank goodness this came before stream, or else we wouldn't have been able to build this tonight. I have no idea why these were sent then. We have 2 sets of gaskets. We'll just ignore that. Oh, there's another PCB in here too. We have some foam and we have an aluminum PCB, or a plate, which we're going to use. Nice plate here. We have a little bit of a relief cut right over here. I actually would have loved to see them cut up a little bit on the plate and really isolate this space bar. But you know what? The tabs, the mounting tabs, are in good spots here, so I'm not too stressed out about that. The plate looks cool, the way it tapers. Yeah, I kind of agree. I wonder if this is going to have any interference with the blockers, but we'll see, I guess. It shouldn't. Okay, let's explore the internals a little bit. So these seem to be, I'm guessing these metal spikes here are alignment tabs of some sort. Surprised they went with a metal or a stainless steel. I'm not sure what this is material wise, but surprisingly they went with a metal alignment tab of some sort. Although it kind of looks like they can be unscrewed. Oh, they can be. So I guess you could technically take these off. I don't exactly know if these are completely necessary. I wonder what these would be for. Maybe affects the sound? Yeah, maybe. Maybe alignment? But I would doubt it because there's screws that screw into the top here. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's put some gaskets on. And there we have so all these screws are to cover up the LEDs here on the bottom. Although, you know what I should do beforehand? I mean, it looks like this is in fine. Yeah, that's in fine there. Okay, let's just try to assemble it here and then see if it turns on or not. Because it looked like the board before didn't really turn on. So it also looks like we're putting some gaskets on both sides here. Jeff warned me about this beforehand. They probably should round this off a little bit. There's no need for it to be this sharp, but do you guys see this? Do you guys see how pointy this blocker is? There's absolutely no need for it to be like that. That could be rounded off. That is an accident waiting to happen for sure. It just seems to be here and here though. I don't know why they did it like that. Maybe these pins are just to help rest this? I don't know. They're definitely alignment of some sort. I wonder if they'll affect the sound at all though. Cool, so this has been a pretty simple build. I don't think there's anything that stands out from the build here other than those really sharp corners on the inside. I do like the mounting style on this. I think for the plates, I maybe would have liked to see a relief cut going vertically just to really help isolate this spacebar a tiny bit more. Or not isolate rather, but kind of just make it a little bit more bouncy in a little bit, but it's a personal preference. Very, very pretty. I really hope this works because the PCB wasn't really like booting up before. Ah, yeah, there we go. Ooh, thank you, Jeff. All right, this is a sweet side profile. That is pretty sweet looking. Ooh, this is kind of hot, man. I mean, dude, even with max brightness, with studio lights on, you can still see some of the RGB here. Oh, that does, I mean, dude, I don't even have to turn off the light. This looks great. Yeah, this is pretty strong lighting, I got to admit. I mean, yeah, pretty nice. Very cool. I'm kind of vibing with this right now. This looks kind of good. All right, right away, I can tell you there's a little bit of pinginess. The sound is there, but there's something like metal on metal contact here. I might have to force break this. I feel like that's definitely the solution here because I really do feel like there's some, maybe it's those pins. Remember I showed you guys those pins? All right, so here's what the board sounds like right now. Let's plug it in. These are Gatoron Milky Yellows. They're lubed with GS2, spring swapped, and filmed on the aluminum plate. You can definitely hear it the more that I type now. So I like where the space bar is at, but there's a very sharp pinginess in the board. I have a feeling we need to force break something. Do you guys hear the pinginess that I'm talking about? First, I want to try taking out those pins, whatever they are. I have a feeling it's these things. If I'm being real with you guys, the plate is literally pressing against these things. I still don't really understand the purpose of these. Maybe there's some structural purpose that I'm missing here and I'm just like not fully realizing it, but we're gonna see. I think removing those 3 metal pins literally solved. What are those for? Yeah, I think that solved it. Let's see. You kind of liked it with the pins? I mean, dude, hey, you know what? I mean, maybe that's a cool little modification there, but I do like the way the board sounds. Here's the thing. I don't think the long feet are taking away from this board. Do you guys think so? I don't think this sounds thuddy in one bit. I'll do a cherry switch. I don't think I have a Nixie on hand right now, but we'll just do a cherry MX2A. Oh. I think, honestly, I like both. I have no preference when it comes to the Spaceball personally. I think it's pretty well-rounded, pretty well isolated. It's softer feeling, but not quite soft. Like there's definitely some compression going on with the pour-on gaskets here. Love the look of this thing. Love it. Again, I was a little nervous about these feet. I don't think they're impacting the sound at all, despite them being longer feet. I'm happy about that, by the way. That usually this is something that's like a make or break deal for a lot of people. I love the accent lighting on this. I think it works really, really well. They did a really good job there. It's about $370 to start, $380 for I think the highest version. I don't think most people are probably going to get brushed if they end up going with this. Good looking board though. The colors are it's simple. I think the green one's the nicest, but this silver is really pretty too. Again, big fan of what Neson Design usually does. This is Zephyr Labs' first keyboard, I believe. I don't know if it's their first actually. I have to double check. But Zephyr Labs is the primary here, and I guess Neson helped. But yeah, you can definitely see some influence of that, and I think this is a fun little collaboration project from a designer I already like. So very nice, very, very cool project. This is gonna be one of those boards where if you wanted some accent lighting and you just wanted something a bit like, this is heavy. If you wanted something premium with this specific like minimalistic kind of look, industrial look, I don't think this is reinventing any wheels when it comes to like sound or gasketing or anything like that. Like again, with most of these boards, you're buying this strictly for the visual appeal of it. But yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of appeal for anyone who kind of wants like an industrial kind of look. It's a big stainless steel bottom, by the way, guys. This is not just aluminum. This is a giant slab of stainless steel. So it's pretty heavy. The brush definitely adds some texture here, and I do like these RGB bits. Bye, everybody. See ya. Love you guys.